Management, Jim Curry. Jim?
I get very nervous when I have to do this, so I went to my bookshelf last night and I stole some comments from books. One of them is a quote from Lincoln. Lincoln said, "It's amazing how much you can accomplish if you don't care who gets the credit." And I just want to say that, please, I'm only the messenger of the credit. The first person I want to recognize is Rich Stans. He was the architect from Old City. He did a tremendous job, and he's right here. Rich, raise your hand.
I loved working on the project.
The other thing I noticed in a couple of my books, I love quotes, and you'll remember some of these. Maybe your parents or guardian said, "Eat your vegetables and then you can have some candy." All right? Well, I understand that the MO this morning is you won't have to eat any vegetables to have some candy here. Another quote I saw is, "Candy is dandy, but liquor is quicker." Let's have a round of applause that this isn't a new bar in Old City. I know we need a couple more, but hey, you know, everybody has to have their turn. Another book that I saw, which really fits perfectly to Ryan and Eric, is a book. If you read the Philadelphia Business Journal, you see books that they interview people and ask them what their favorite business book is. And it's one of my favorite books. It's called From Good to Great. And I'll tell you, these guys have already gone from good to great. And I want to congratulate you on that. In the book about Good to Great, it mentions a couple paragraphs I'd like to share with you. From good to great is how to take a good organization and turn it into one that produces sustained great results. And that's already been exhibited at the Franklin Fountain, and I'm sure will continue here at Shane's Candle. Another paragraph in the book says that a good to great company has timeless principles. And that's defined as the enduring physics of a great company that will remain true and relevant no matter how the world changes around us. And that is a good to great company. Finally, one sentence that really stood out and bounced at me reminded me of Ryan and Eric. And that is that they could not accept the idea that good is good enough. So I praise them for those values and principles. I can tell you, working with Ryan and Eric was straightforward and not always a pleasure, because when they told you what they thought about your work, they didn't sugarcoat it. Oh, by the way, I always feel out of sorts when I'm around these guys. So, as a company and as a team, I can tell you that what we've gained here is the rare tranquility that comes from knowing we had a hand in creating something of intrinsic value. So I want to thank Bob Green, Wen. These are, by the way, there were many craftsmen that worked here. Once again, I'm just a messenger for those craftsmen. They had the liberty to create something and restore something that is really an icon in Philadelphia. But I want to thank Bob Green, Wen Iagliani, Randy Barron from the Historical Commission, who was very helpful, Billy Crowd, Mike McCann, Jeff Wilson, Joe Livingston, Don Colt, Tommy D, Steve from Trim Glass, Angela, Chris Jones, Stanley Miller, Bob Palladino, Al Silvetti, Noel Brady. And I want to thank an employee of Shane's who remained, and she was extremely helpful in passing on little tidbits about what piece of equipment was used for, or why the refrigerators were in a certain spot, or how the candy was stored, and that's Heidi. I like to say and I want to finally thank Ryan and Eric for restoring the dream, the fantasy, and the fun of Philadelphia, and also for allowing my daughter's class to come here on a field trip. Thank you very much.